Alfie Moon, alias Shane Ritchie, hit our screens just over a year ago.
So come on everybody, put your hands together, the new manager of the Queen Vic!
This programme looks at his first 12 months on EastEnders as the irrepressible Alfie Moon.
You do that.
He's kind.
Devoted.
Bit of a rogue.
No.
Definitely a blagger, just like Shane.
What's up? I've just gone and left me wallet in the car. Honest, with a question mark. Could you do me a favour? Could you sort this out? And I'll square up if you want to bring the car round.
Cheeky.
Always there with a quip and a joke.
What say though, son? You haven't got beautiful eyes, that lady.
Cheers, Alfie. Do you really think so?
Yeah, got you, eh?
It's kind of Wolford's agony aunt.
Moral of the story. Don't just sit and think. Get on with it. A hopeless romantic.
There's only one more thing I want for my big day.
What's that?
White Christmas.
We follow Shane backstage as he prepares for his Christmas storylines, and we take a trip down memory lane as Shane takes us back to his roots. Over the years, he has reinvented himself from light entertainer
all you funky people say yeah!
to top actor, and he's won several awards for his role in one of Britain's favourite soaps. It seems Shane is a star that just keeps on rising, and it all began for him back in November 2002 as Alfie Moon took Walford by storm.
Alfie ended up in Watford purely by accident. It was like the roll of a dice, the flick of a coin. I'm leaving. You can stuff your proxy trains. I was getting off here anyway. Fascist.
For me, what really defined the character of Alfie Moon was the first episode. I knew that within 30 minutes, I had to see the character for the first time, and then by the end of the episode, he was landlord of the Queen Vic.
Like everything Alfie does, he just seems to fall on his feet at the right time, and certainly getting the job in the Queen Vic. He was actually coming in to case the joint, and it just so happens Peggy's there.
Excuse me?
And of course then the roller coaster started.
Are you Chris?
Yes.
You're late.
But soon Alfie would be laughing on the other side of his face as his past came back to haunt him.
You got caught, didn't you? Fraud, Alfie. 3 years inside.
Yeah, I know, I was there. I remember, and I don't really need reminding. Look, why are you here, eh?
Because I want to know how this happened. I want to know how I got taken in by a two-bit con.
Despite his lies, Peggy knew what an asset Alfie would be to the Vic.
Is the offer still open? Because if it is, I'd like to take it.
We're busy.
Well, I suppose it was worth a shot, though.
Cat needs a hand. If you're going to be the manager, you better go on and manage, ain't you?
Alfie Moon is like the sunshine in EastEnders.
You've done too much too young, and then...
Because we put him in the Vic, it's as if what we have at the centre of the show now is a ray of light, a place where people go and they can have fun.
Oh, Alfie! Are we the only ones working round here?
Just do my job, girls, livening the place up. And may I say how easy it is with you two by my side.
Right, you lucky people. Who's next?
Fun's my middle name, sweetheart. I've got a lot of stick about it at school, believe me.
We're going to get on well.
Yeah, me too.
Alfie manages to get himself firmly ensconced into the Vic because he's a real charismatic charmer.
Cheers, son. Welcome to the Queen Vic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cheers.
With Alfie's character established, it was time to bring in the rest of the family.
What are you doing here?
Oh, hello, Puppet. How are you, darling?
Come and give us a kiss, you old devil.
All the Moon family ever wanted was to be together, and having the Vic as their home and as a job for all of them was just absolutely fantastic.
Well, the Moons are back in town, and we are here to stay. Alfie's relationship with his family is unconditional. There is a bond there, and I think Alfie, a lot of it at times is to do with guilt, because he wasn't there when Spence was growing up. He wasn't there for his nana when she needed him the most, so now he just wraps him in cotton wool.
The relationship between the brothers is particularly strong.
Oh, God, shut up a sec.
Ladies, I see you've met my brother.
Oh.
Come here, you. Alfie seems to have taken on this father figure to Spencer, and I don't think it's anything he's quite happy about doing, but he knows, he realises he's got to do it because he feels like he's let Spencer down because he's been so long away from him in his growing up years.
The Moon brothers, eh? Polished,
primed and ready for action. Come on, mate.
Alfie is always on hand to give advice,
All right, Janine.
What do you think?
especially when it comes to Spencer's love life.
Doesn't matter to me, does it?
Well, ain't you lucky you got me as your brother then, 'cause you know what you need? You need an Alfie Moon masterclass. Yes, an instruction in the art of...
But sometimes Alfie's advice is not always welcome.
Alfie, just leave me alone, yeah?
Spence, hold on, mate. Where you going?
I'm going to get my money back, and I don't want your help anymore, Alfie, all right?
But ultimately, Alfie would do anything to protect his baby brother. And Alfie certainly proved this when Dalton's heavies came looking for Spencer.
Spencer Moon.
Yeah. I'm Spencer, mate.
Of course, when he took the beating for Spencer, I got loads of hassle on the streets because Alfie'd been beaten up and he looked so hurt and sore.
Oh, Alfie, darling, your poor face.
What's up, Nana?
It's Alfie, look.
The bond the Moon family share on screen is also felt off screen, particularly between Shane and Christopher Parker.
He's like a real older brother. So, in the way that Spencer looks up to Alfie, I really look up to Shane.
Lock up your daughters because the Moon brothers are back.
Wait. It's the Wright brothers, yeah?
Yeah, all right. Okay, the Wright brothers are back in business.
I think Shane's a very generous actor. Shane just doesn't want the best for him. He wants the best from the scene.
Shane's generosity even extended to dedicating the award he won for Best Newcomer to Chris.
I've been in the show now a year, and Christopher Parker plays my brother. I want to share this with you, Chris, because you're my partner who plays Spencer.
It was so nice that he dedicated it to me. I had to just kind of wipe away my little tears because I was just overcome by emotion, really.
The best thing about my being in EastEnders was meeting Shane and Chris.
Are you right, Nan?
Well, of course I'm all right, darling. I'm home.
Oh, Hildebrand. We actually call her Nana off screen. She'll always say, what have you eaten today? You eaten all right, have you, Shane? Yeah, I'm all right, Nan. Yeah, well, as long as you've eaten. What did you have? Well, they're good for you. They're good for you, you know. You can have that. So she is really like my Nan.
I worry about you, you know.
About me?
What are you going to do when I'm gone?
You ain't going anywhere, do you hear me? You ain't going anywhere. And you know why? Because I am not going to let you. Come here.
Nana Moon was designed really to show how caring Alfie was. Because that vulnerability and that caring about other people and putting other people first, you know, and it breaks your heart.
And it broke Alfie's heart when Nana Moon became ill.
I love doing that stuff because you do see another side to Alfie, how he is vulnerable and he becomes childlike because his nan means so much to him. And doing them scenes, I mean, they were genuine tears. Nana?
Alfie, I don't want to go into a home.
You're not going to go into a home, all right?
I'd rather die first.
No, it's not going to happen, all right, because I'm not going to let it happen.
Do you promise, darling?
The reaction has been scary, and grown men the same age as me have come up and gone, oh, Shane, give us a hug, mate. Well, the way you feel about your dad. Oh, I love him, mate. That's lovely. So the reaction has been, so I think it's touched a nerve. And I think that harks back to how well Alfie's been written. Because Alfie isn't frightened of showing his emotions. It's the three of us. That's the way it's been. And that's the way it's always going to be, all right? And the three of us.
Together forever.
That's right, then.
And where Alfie Moon has ended up is not a million miles away from the place Shane Ritchie called home, Harlesden, northwest London.
I loved it. I mean, it's not until you step out and look back and you go, oh, what a cosy.
We took him back to revisit some of his childhood haunts.
Behind me is the actual house where I grew up. I think from the age of 2 I lived here. And from an early age I just remember loads of families coming to stay. And it wasn't until I was that little bit, a few years older, that was actually found